believe I need to go north, 'cause I think it's essentially the same as traveling on the world map. Okay, this is the other glitched item that Fredbear was talking about. So now we're in level 2.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is not easy on the eyes. I apologize to anyone at home who's just like having eye strain right now, but I've played this game enough to know, and this is our up staircase, basically. We're going to head a little bit further north, and this should put us out at the lake. Still Freddy, but shiny. Alright. And that'll open the shortcut. Hey, buddy. You reached Lily Gear Lake. From here, I don't know where your adventure will take you. You should be keeping your eyes open for another glitched object. They're the only way to get to places that are otherwise unreachable. Be careful in the waters of Lily Gear Lake. I hear there's a sea monster that attacks at random. Be ready to fight.
So you need to find. It's telling you to find glitch objects to get to air. Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was kind of wondering. Oh, you got a boat.
Yep.
I'm on a boat. No.
Now, there is a... These guys are regular enemies, but there is a boss monster who prowls around. I don't know what provokes it to attack, or if it's just random. And generally, from my experiences, it's just flat random.
I say regular Freddy said it's just attacks at random.
So...
Or at least NPC Freddy said he only just attacks at random.
Yeah. Shadow Freddy is just not having a good time with his luck over there. That little Reaper's making up the difference, though. Nice.
So I want to rephrase the question I asked before, because maybe I didn't say it right. I thought I did get an answer, but I just want to rephrase it. Because of how strong you get over time in the game, is there a point where the Reaper doesn't really matter anymore? Because like even if you got the best one, I mean everything is so stronger.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that you, like the Reaper just you don't need him anymore even if you got the best one.
Yes and no. Here's the thing. The Reaper is really useless against bosses, but it's insanely powerful against random enemies. So it kind of depends on what you're up against at the time. Just being perfectly honest. So it's going to vary a little bit based on context. I generally keep the highest level Reaper because its ability will be consistently useful even as you get into later game enemies. Oof. The real danger here is he actually can use water hose, but you have to be if you're below 30% HP. That's just an auto kill. Not really in a great situation right here. Yeah, this is going to be time for the B team to step in. Regen Song is really good for that sort of thing. Like, that would have killed him if he didn't have Regen Song on. Alright, let's lower this dude's attack, first thing. Heal the party. Poison him, buff the party. Lower the speed.
This is a silly question, but because I know because he still has the best attack, but since it's not working as much, do you think Shadow Freddy would be Phantom Freddy? Yeah, Phantom Freddy would be a good replacement to Shadow Freddy.
For boss fights, yes, absolutely.
I would assume from the team that you have right now that all of these debuffs and everything that you're giving the enemy would make this a lot easier.
Oh, yes. yes, absolutely. This would actually make a really good A-team. These guys, this is a very consistently good and well-balanced party.
You got your glass cannons, and then you have your formidable all-rounders to finish them off.
Right.
Oh, I step away again, sorry. And
No, you're good.
I see this horrifying monster, like, tentacle thing get killed.
Yep, the sea. Yep. And,
You step away, and then, you know, that happens.
Yeah, you step away at the worst times, man, I'm telling you. Seaweed! definitely doesn't look like Flan.
Or like the slime monsters we met back in the dusting fields.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? This is completely original character, Donut Steel. That actually would be really funny if there was just a metal donut.
Donut Steel.
Get on that, Scott. I feel like that's a wasted opportunity.
I think he's trying to lower our speed. That literally will not work, though.
Oh, because you have the speed.
Yep, because we have the permanent speed buff. Like that, the speed debuff can never affect us. In terms of sheer utility, there is, like, no bad character, but we're probably going to end up replacing, like, everyone in this party at some point. Teleport back to the front. We're going to need to go north, because now I believe we head to the circus.
Yay, the circus!
That's right. We're going to the circus. We're not going to join the circus, but we are going to go inside.
We're a bunch of freaks and weirdos.
You are all weirdos.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Alright. Tonight. Dynamite.
Woman.
Now, as we head over this way, it looks like a dead end, but it's not. It's another path into the mine, which is where we're going to temporarily go before we get comfortable at the circus.
Is the mine like an extra area, or is there like a bunch of like...
The mine is a contiguous... Okay, see this map here? This looks like it's all one solid thing, but it's not. Like, this area is isolated, this area is isolated, this area down here is isolated.
Okay, there's one problem there, Snek. You're pointing to things, and neither of us can see.
You guys can't see my cursor, can you? Okay, you see that flashing yellow-red blip down on the bottom left? That's the entrance we came in through this time. If you trace this little path, all these roads except the leftmost one dead end like almost immediately. Now, the world map is only made up of 7 different zones, and the way they're laid out is roughly what you're seeing here, with the exception of the mine. The mine is kind of laced underneath the rest of the world, and there is, like, physical continuity, but not to the point where it's ever important, because you can't go into one part of the mine and then resurface someplace else. That's just not going to happen.
Well, that'd be kind of cool, though.
Oh no, it would, but... Nice. Got a twofer on that one.
Man, Shadow Freddy's kind of wigging out.
Yeah, he is a little high-strung.
I guess, you know, souls are a heck of a drug.
Nice. And because you visit the mine so much, you'll fight a lot of those gold mine enemies. Yeah, you'll end up getting a lot of tokens just from taking the time to deal with them.
Which is a good and a bad thing, I'm assuming, because if you want to grind, it's not a very good way of grinding XP.
Yeah, not for XP, but it is pretty good money.
That's what I meant. Like, unless you're looking to purchase like another bike or something.
Right. Well, a lot of the items in the game are expensive, though, so there is a particular balance.
I have a question about mechanics.
Sure.
With party poppers, you mentioned that the more you have out, the more that damage they deal when they all go off.
Yep.
Is that divided amongst enemies, or is it all enemies present?
From what I've seen, it looks to be all enemies present. I don't believe that there's a division equation going on. At least, not that I've ever noticed. Ah, good. I was hoping to run into this. These are just shields. They literally just reduce incoming damage.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to take damage, kill, health, and defense.
I was gonna say, do the metabytes? Metabytes. I was about to say metabots.
No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Because
are the
Wrong
little
robots.
Is the little medic bites? Do they stack? Like actually stack?
They do. All their abilities will stack if you have them all, but honestly, the weaker ones are just like so much weaker than their stronger counterparts, it's rarely worth it.
About to
I
say,
would say like if you did like the middle beat and the high end beat, that wouldn't be that much more different in DPS.
And you'd probably notice a difference, but like the Neon Bee is like so much stronger than the little ones, it's like almost not worth having the others just because of the slot they occupy. It's like, what do you want? Like, one weak, one medium, and one strong? Or do you want, like, a full set of, like, 4 strong, various usage bites? It boils down to strategy. There is grounds for certain combinations like that. I can think of several. Especially if you were just grinding, you really would just, like, want all the death ones and just use them for that end. But even that in mind, I prefer to keep it as diverse and as high-powered as possible.
you heard it here, folks. Snek likes things diverse.
Well, you see, party of 4 white mages will never work.
I mean,
I don't
and
know
yet,
about
ironically, that's how 8-Bit Theater ended.
Yep. It was literally the setup for that one joke that you went through everything only for that to actually be what happened.
Listen, glare mages are scary, okay?
No, Dude, I am well aware.
See, we all have levels in white mage, we know.
Except me, I'm only levels. I'm working on it.
Like, level 55 is white mage? I ended up going
I'd say, there's many times where my tank goes, Deagle, stop casting epilepsy and heal me. It's like, but I'm the DPS.
I'm green DPS.
If your HP is not 0, you're fine.
Is your HP 1 or less than 1? No? Then you're fine. Get up and fight.
You have regen on. You'll be fine in a second. It's alright.
Rock it off, you baby.
Besides, I put hallowed ground down right underneath you. You're going to be healing, and on top of that, you have regen.
I had a healer not too long ago. It was gonna be really funny. Is that they told me straight up, just keep fighting, keep yourself up as much as you can. I'll heal you a little bit, but keep your finger on the oh no button, just in case. That's
a very candid healer. I appreciate that.
He said if you use it, I'll start healing you. I'll start healing you more and more, like focusing on it until you get it back. I'm like, okay, as long as we're under the understanding.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. At least he communicated with you, and you were aware that's his strategy. Imagine if he was going to use that strategy and he
didn't warn you.
Yeah.
I think the funny thing though is I was playing Warrior that game, and Warrior.
Warrior has really good healing on its own.
That's what I meant. Is like he was so surprised. Like I didn't actually really need to heal you that much. I'm really confused on why that was. Like because I'm a warrior who knows how to play warrior.
I was about to say warriors have really good sustain, and also, I mean, warriors. As someone who mains Dark Knight as their tank, Warrior is really fun because it's Bunga Bunga, I hit you with my axe! And
Warrior
then you just
is great. I'm a more gunbreaker type.
Yeah. Bunga Bunga, I'm gonna hit you. Boom!
I guess that worked out. Prize Ball casts one of a random set of abilities, and I usually don't use it because it's somewhat unreliable and can do really weird things, including completely shuffling your party. So I try not to use it, but every now and then it's useful.
That completely, just reminded me. Does party configuration, I mean positioning, not, actually affect, who gets hit first and everything?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Oh, this isn't early Final Fantasy, then. Oh, that reminds me. When are we going to see any Fantasy Star there, Snek?
Soon. Actually, I want to do something either November or December, talking about the first game. And I mean the first, like actually Fantasy Star.
Yeah, no, I know you. I know you meant. You and I have been talking about it for a while. That's why I brought it up. Yeah. I'm actually kind of bummed. Like I had a lot of fun with PSO2. I just am kind of bummed that New Genesis. They're like, yeah, that's New Genesis. I'm like, where's the rest of the game?
Well, you see, we're trying to pace it like we did
I haven't
with.
gone to that far.
We're trying to pace it like we did with the original. It's like, yeah, but the original came out 10 years ago. Games aren't like that now.
Is the main storyline not that long?
No, it's a
level.
It caps at 20, and it doesn't take long to get there.
Nope.
Yeah. 20?
Yep.
Yes.
The original PSO2, when Episode 1 was all that existed, like, it capped at 20 or 30. And then with each episode, they're like, the level cap and the potentials for stuff went up.
Huh. Interesting.
Go left now. Okay.
Yeah, bear in mind, level 1, or Episode 1 is... I would argue Episode 2 is really when the game got good. And ironically, that's when IO shows up. So, are the Doomen literally what made PSO2 good? Well,
I think there's might be an argument for that, but I think it has more to do with the guy that everyone loves to hate showing up at the same time.
Oh, Luther?
Yeah, our boy Luther. He's just like, yes, I am obsessed with the concept of omniscience. And I'm like, dude, omniscience really is probably one of the most overrated superpowers. Like, do you really, like, yes, you will understand things like advanced theoretical physical concepts. Awesome. You will also know that someone you knew in 3rd grade likes to scratch their butt when no one's looking. Like, omniscience is really not all it's cracked up to be.
Here's the thing, though. Like, the way they describe Shion's omniscience, it's not actually omniscience. It's just that she is so... she remembers everything because she has an alien brain from being a colony of organisms on a planet.
Yeah.
And she doesn't forget anything, and she's just so old that she just knows so much stuff. It's almost like she's omniscient, but she's not actually like a god.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they constantly are like, oh yeah, she's like a god. It's like she's
How easy
not
is this
really.
right
I
now?
was about to say, Watermelon Head is not going to pose the same threat she did earlier.
Revenge is sweet.
Oh yeah, we party popped her.
Wow.
That's what you get.
Yeah, ironically, it's like I would say the primordial darkness or whatever is significantly more threatening than Shion ever could hope to be. It's kind of sad, really.
I mean, it's true. But then again, Shion, by her own admission, was a passive observer of events.
I suppose that's true.
She never really meant to become proactive. That sort of happened by accident. Wow, okay. The Paper Plate Pals! I'm just kind of excited because we were talking about them earlier.
Is it weird that I'm more scared of these than the other characters we've seen so far?
Come play with us, Snek. Clockwork. Forever and ever.
Oh, great. Snek is so traumatized, he's talking to himself. All work and no play makes Snek a dull boy.
Prize Ball 2, Mystery Box 2, Mimic Ball.
No, see, that's not the one I was talking about, actually. I was talking about, okay, you see where the paper plates are?
Yeah.
All the way down the far bottom right.
All the way down. That, I'm gonna leave that for later, actually, because it's kind of funny and kind of macabre at the same time. Now,
those are the best things.
With these guys, Prize Ball 2 does a high-level attack at random. Mystery Box 2... I think gives you random characters, and Mimic Ball copies whatever attack you just did. So if you put these guys in the same team as, say, Shadow Freddy, and you use Escape Key, and they had set Mimic Ball up before that happened, Mimic Ball would copy escape key, and you'd use it twice in rapid succession.
That sounds very exploitable.
Oh, yes. But you see, we're not going to be using it necessarily for escape key. I've run into too many situations where the boss fight actually became harder than it needed to be because of this. But what we are going to do is use them for the ability to mimic poppers.
Ah, so you're going the full popper build.
Gonna try to at least. Toxic Sludge, Unscrew, Toxic Bite. That's actually pretty similar to Phantom Foxy, so I'm just gonna kind of keep the same team for these guys till we get a bit more in the way of options.
Well, gosh there, Snek. Look at me. I'm Toy Bonnie. I've got a guitar.
You're not the first one to give him that voice. And
did you see the new Two Snacks cartoon with the I am Goofy?
Oh, yes.
Is our Lord and Savior, Lightning McQueen? Is he in Kingdom Hearts?
There's Mimic Ball down at the bottom.
Yeah, Two Snacks is very, very good.
Remember you were asking about Virtua, Freddy? He comes from Mimic Ball.
So do you get him from Mimic? Like
He's not a character, he's an effect that accompanies Mimic Ball. And that's how he mimics all our powers. He also mimics things like cupcakes, so we get double healing.
Nice.
So I probably will never use any of their other powers because they're too luck-based. There's actually a chip that will give us a permanent Mimic Ball, even. And that is a hilarious good one.
I'd say, it seems like Scott had a lot of fun devising things that are not exactly the norm in terms of RPGs. This game is very off the wall.
It really is. And that's what makes it a lot of fun. And again, I think people were overly harsh on FNAF World. Like, it's just supposed to be this goofy little fun, like, you know, stop having children get murdered every 30 seconds and just enjoy some goofy RPG antics kind of experience.
The problem is that, dude, I mean, and you and I both know this, the internet takes itself entirely too seriously.
That is true. Wow. The Reaper killed one of them as soon as they were jumping on the screen.
No! We're not gonna have any of that here. Get out of here.
Everyone was having a nice time till you showed up.
You specifically. The other two could stay there.
Those guys are fine. They're not you, number 3. Oh, Reaper's out for golems.
Yeah, I would say out for blood, but I don't think golems have blood.
Ooh, who do we have now?
Jeez.
Oh, Withered Foxy. Alright.
Guys, it's me. Remember good times we had?
When I was standing down the hallway staring at you, going, go ahead, wind the music box, don't mind me. And I'm going, please don't, please don't, please don't.
I like this song. What's up, pussycat?
Ah, no! No! Okay, there's evil, and then there's that. Oh, jeez.
Oh, the funny thing was he died halfway through.
Yep. Look, Rainy Day Hot Cheese 2. That's a pretty good all-around attacker. Rainy Day is, I think, the defense one. I'm going to keep it as is for now, but I might do something with him later. Some things can't be made cute. That is true.
I was about to say, what's his deal?
Okay, in FNAF 3, nice, got the endless version. In FNAF 4, I misspoke. FNAF 4, there was a minigame called Fun with Plush Trap. And Plush Trap is a little doll version of Spring Trap, as you might have guessed. Now, the thing with this particular doll is you had to play a game of red light, green light, and try to get into land on a particular tile. And if you succeeded, you would actually start the night 2 hours in. So you would have a shorter time to have to survive. Now, in the Halloween update, all the animatronics got new forms for it, and Plush Trap was replaced with Nightmare Balloon Boy, which has entirely too much in the way of teeth.
I can see that.
Let's straight up, and we're gonna have a next Eyesore battle. That was not Eyesore.
Oh my god!
That was not Eyesore. That was Aquari. I was able to see the name tag at the last second. There he is. Surprised the heck out of me too. Believe me. I was like, what? No, that's impossible. Well, not impossible. It's incredibly unlikely.
Snek then proceeded to buy a lottery ticket and then retire to the Bermudas. Snek did not actually buy a lottery ticket and retire to the Bermudas.
I wouldn't retire to the Bermudas. I'd make my channel my full-time job. I'd be uploading 3 and 4 times a day.
Yeah. Oh.
At least Monday to Friday.
Rather than, retiring and living, the high life while, romancing older lady Sneks.
Oh no, I mean, that would still be on the agenda too. That's what my weekends are for. But during the week, no, I'm gonna go full-time YouTuber, full-time entertainer, internet
What's
tainer.
up? It's your boy, Hipster the Snek.
Hipster the Snek makes me sound like a Phantasy Star boss.
Yeah, you just have a little black and purple, jacket, and you've got a really, really, really goofy looking.
Let's see. I'm gonna give up Evercomet and give us the full suite of stat buffs. That way. Oh yeah, remember when you were asking who that weird face was? That's him.
The purple guy?
Yep.
Isn't he like the
He's
main
the villain.
antagonist?
He's the villain, yes. And when you recruit him, he even goes, "Don't attack me. I'm not the actual purple guy. I'm a representation of the concept of the purple guy made specifically for this world, and I've never hurt anyone before."
Alrighty.
And he's actually really strong. He's quite a powerful character, even.
You haven't heard the last of me. Yeah, okay, you've heard the last of me. Now, I know it's like an hour in, but I sincerely hope that no one has epilepsy, because, oh boy!
It gets pretty crazy. There's a lot happening on the field all at the same time. Like, that's probably why every character only has 3 abilities, because like this would get really out of hand otherwise.
Can you imagine if it was akin to, like, for instance, the average character in Final Fantasy VI? Oh
Where like everyone has like a million different options and abilities.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And those guys are just having a good old time. I mean,
they're not able to break our defense at all thanks to Mimic Ball, but, I mean, honestly, this kind of adds to the quaint charm of it all. We're getting some good poppers stacked up here. This is a pretty impressive little pile. You know, I've never really researched it, but I bet there's like a meta build in this game. And I bet it's been researched forward and back, and they were just like, oh yeah, the ultimate FNAF World Meta Team.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's probably going to be like a bunch of the Halloween characters, and then like Funtime Foxy.
Spring Bonnie, Fredbear Shadow, or Fredbear Shadow Bonnie, Springtrap, Crying Child, Funtime Foxy, Phantom Freddy, Puppet Number 1.
Yeah, that sounds right. Well, those are all in-game animatronics, so that makes perfect sense.
That's what the Steam community is saying, so I trust them.
Those are all really powerful. It didn't transfer over for whatever reason, but I did have a save that was nigh on 100%. I think I was missing Spring Bonnie. I think I had everything else, and I hadn't done the final dungeon, the final bonus dungeon, I should say.
I haven't done the final dungeon. I never beat the game.
I beat the main story. I didn't do, like, the super duper challenge bosses. Because they get really out of hand really fast.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I decided to pick up Warrior All-Stars again.
Oh yeah, that is a good game.
I realized apparently my data had not been saved.
That's a bummer.
Nah, it's fine.
Well, sometimes starting over can be good. I actually picked up Dynasty Warriors Empires 8 the other night, and I was like, oh yeah, I had like 50 custom characters made. And then I was, nostalgic, because I'm like, man, that's what my avatar of how I designed myself before I became the Snek was quite different than it is today.
Yes, the hipster hair.
Yep.
Are we actually ever going to see the hipster hair?
Maybe. That could be something worth exploring in the future.
I mean, he's canon in Tomodachi Quest, so...
That's true.
I'm not going to explain who the hipster hair is, but...
But he's important, so we'll just kind of leave it at that.
Yeah. Who are you? I'm you, but edgier.
Who you should have been instead of who you are.
Pretty much. And Susan would have loved me, but Snek, I love you anyway.
Oh, that's harsh. Yeah, these guys have so much health, it really is more efficient to just spam instant death abilities.
Fight him! Give him a little bite! You know what that kind of reminds me of now that I look at it?
What's that?
A mimic ball. That kind of reminds me of in Bobo, Don Patch uses a spoof of the spirit ball called the idiot ball.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of makes a face akin to it just kind of waggling back and forth. Yeah.
You know, now that you said it, I can't unsee it. This game kind of has the same energy as Bobo. It wouldn't even stand out. As much as Sawai Sensei enjoyed sending them to theme parks. Yeah, because he did it like 4 times, as I recall. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, like 4 times. I mean, I never finished the manga, but I've seen the cartoon entirely too many times.
Say what? Bobo. What say what? Bobo.
Get up, stand up.
The real danger is Withered Freddy does have escape keys, so we kind of want to beat him fast.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, he does. He used it once, we just lucked out, and I think he only hit JJ and Mangle, who'd have to give up the present. Everyone else was fine, though. Yay! Let's see what abilities he brings to the table. Mike Toss, Gloom Song, Escape Key. I think he could be good as a general all-around attacker, but again, I'm gonna hold off. Character quota.